Hi, everybody. It's Al. I hope you all have had a wonderful day today. Fruitful day. Accomplished much in your day. Goals that you've set, etc. I definitely have had quite the day. I worked. Ow, teddy bear, you gotta stop with the claws, dude. It hurts. I need to trim his claws, but he's really hard to trim. He does not like anything coming near his paws, as you can imagine. Welcome to the two people that showed up in the room. Welcome, welcome. I'm working on my journal while I'm chit chatting with you. So the verdict is in. Johnny Depp, as they say, won. And the reason I said, or did he really, is because Amber Heard also was awarded $2 million. And in my opinion, the only thing she should have been, quote unquote, awarded is time in prison for the abuse that she caused him and for the defamation as well. But I'm sure, I don't think defamation causes prison time, as a result. But they definitely rewarded him. He got like 10 million, and then I think the court or the judge or somebody added on like another however many thousand, and then by the time all was said and done, I think they said he got 13 million. I'm not really sure. Anyway, my opinion of that still stands, that I don't think any celebrity or any football player or any wrestler or any performer should be getting $1 million anything, period. Because there are people starving and suffering in this world, and we should not be rewarding entertainers that much money. My opinion, you don't have to like it or agree with it. I'm fine if you don't. That's just my opinion. So, did Johnny Depp really win if Amber was rewarded too? Well, it depends on how you look at it. Most of the people that kind of understood where Johnny was coming from, that he kind of wanted to make an example of Amber and her behaviors, he would have won whether he lost or not in most people's eyes and his eyes, I believe. But it definitely was a huge victory for him to get more of the money, be that as it may, that it's millions. Just in general, the whole principle of the matter was he was rewarded more. And not only that, when they read the whole situation, they went over each thing about her accusations against him, his accusations against her, and it was a unanimous, basically, statement by each juror that she was lying. You may as well just call a spade a cotton pick and shovel here. She lied her way through that whole entire trial and did not have any possible proof of any accusations she had against him except for verbal abuse. He did verbally abuse her. I think it was probably when he was under the influence of alcohol or drugs, most likely, is my guess. He doesn't strike me, of course, I don't know him, but he doesn't strike me as the type of person in a natural situation, not under influence of something, to just blatantly, verbally batter somebody. It just doesn't seem right to me that he would do that in his right state of mind. But then again, how often was he in his right state of mind? Honestly, if I had to live with somebody like her and I drank or did drugs, I probably would stay high and drunk most of the time too, just to survive having to put up with her nonsense. I mean, as it was, he tried to escape her anytime she would escalate and start being ridiculous. He would go into a bedroom or the bathroom, I guess, and she would follow him and just nag at him and then insult him because he wanted to not fight and wanted to escape her. So yeah, that's just I don't know. That's my opinion. I don't know. I think he won overall. I think that's the general consensus. Whether she got any money or not, he won just by the fact that she definitely showed who and what she is on this during this trial. So yeah, it is a win for him in a very big way. Anyhow, that's about all I had to say on that. I don't know what else to talk about tonight. Nobody's really here talking with me, so there's not really a reason for me to stay on very long, so I probably won't. I'm just working in my journal, like I said. Today I went to work and I had a good discussion with one of the guys that I don't know if he's a manager or what he is. I think he may be a manager. Anyway, he's like one of the big wig callers there at the place. We were talking about Buddy Holly and Roy Orbison and the plane crash that sadly took Buddy Holly's life. It happened in Iowa, and he was saying, "Do you realize it happened here?" And I'm like, "Here?" He said, "Well, over in Iowa." So where we live, because we live so close to Iowa, we just get on a bridge and like within about 10 minutes we're in Iowa from Illinois. They anytime anybody refers to here, it could mean Iowa or Illinois. Most people kind of understand based on the context of what we're saying, where they're talking about. So when he said, "Oh yeah, that happened here," he meant Iowa. It didn't happen in Illinois, it happened in Iowa. But yeah, and when I asked him further, he explained it to me. So he talked to me about that a little bit, and he showed me a radio broadcast, like a podcast type thing, I think, and a video about it, how they were talking about how it all happened. And so yeah, we talked about that, and I showed him my dad doing the Elvis Presley impersonation, where he sings "I Believe" and he dresses up like Elvis. So we had a good chat. It was a good day today. Ow, Teddy, stop. Ouch. Anyway, so that was pretty much it for me. I went to cash some checks, got all the way over to the bank and realized I didn't have the checks. So, I didn't get to do that today. And we went to go pick up my medicine, and Matthew said they didn't have it in. My synthroid got increased because my thyroid levels are not good. So they put me on from 100.125 micrograms up to 200 micrograms. So yeah, that happened today. And I guess that's about it. It was a very uneventful day, which is a good thing. Nothing bad happened. I did get out and walk a little bit. I kind of decided on a path that I can walk each day. So I basically go down my stony path in my driveway all the way to the middle of where the neighbors have mowed the middle of the lawn. So I go there and then I come all the way back to where my garden is, basically. And I go walk past that all the way to the back of the yard where the tree is. I walk to the tree and then I turn around and I come on back. And that gets me a little bit of exercise. Eventually, I'll go a little farther and a little farther and hopefully get a regular walking regimen in before too long, because my doctor has urged me to get out and walk every day because my triglycerides are high. So I'm trying to be good and do that. Yeah, I've decided to try to use each day differently. Like yesterday was arm work. Today was leg work. Tomorrow I might work on my tummy. I don't know. I'm going to try to map it out and give myself a nice little fitness chart to follow again. So we're doing that. Talked to my neighbor a little bit. She let me use some of her mulch in my garden. So I poured some of that in there. She told me I could borrow her wheelbarrow, but just bring it back. Told her I wasn't going to keep her wheelbarrow, and I didn't. I brought it back to her right away. So we did that. And so far I will be at this on this contract, we might say, till the 17th of June. And if they decide to keep me, they'll probably put me on a different contract for another however many weeks, or they'll just let me go and I'll go back to the temp place and get a different job. So we'll see how it all works out. But all is well and God's taking care of me. I did talk to my pastor about the worship team. He said that he has not talked to the lady in charge yet, so he doesn't know, when that's all going to happen. So just kind of be patient and he'll let me know. I need to learn to be patient. It's not a virtue I possess in large quantities at all. So today, we had pizza at work because one of the guys' birthdays was today, one of the construction worker guys. So they got him pizza and we were able to all eat some pizza. So that was nice. I did have a couple pieces of that. So I didn't eat my corn tortilla that I brought. I ate the pizza instead. I had my burger that Matthew gave me to take. And I had some cauliflower, raw cauliflower and carrots and dipped it in some ranch. And about a half a thing of like 2 ounces of cottage cheese. I threw the rest out. I just didn't want it. I wasn't feeling cottage cheese today for some reason. And for breakfast, I had my usual yogurt, berries, chia seeds, flax seeds, hemp seeds. And I think I put some mango in it this morning too, just for a little bit of a difference. So I did that. And then I came home and I had some ricotta cheese with strawberries and blueberries. And then Matthew gave me some mixed vegetables, some cauliflower. I don't remember all of what was in it, but it was cauliflower rice and something else in it. It was very good. So I ate that. I had some tea to drink today. That was about it. Nothing super sweet. I didn't really have any desserts today. Well, I guess the ricotta stuff was kind of sweet, but that was because of stevia. And that's all. Came home, watched a couple videos on diet, got a few more ideas of things I can eat during the day. Hung out with my baby kitties over here, my Bobo man, my Neo and Maverick, teddy bear. That's it. That's all I did. Tomorrow I go back to work, work again. Hoping to actually get on the portal for my doctor so that I can check my test results like from my computer, and going to get the checks taken care of. Ow, 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 ow. No, Ted, no. Ouch. Watched Laura and Phil's live for a little bit. Saw Miller's video of me, of course. Not of me, but to me, about men doing all this stuff and being into all this stuff and whatever. I disagree. I don't think all Christian men do that. I happen to know my foster father, who is a very devout Christian, does not do any of that and is not into it and never was into it. So, no, it's not all. Hi, Grandma Ducky. Yes, Team Depp all the way. All the way. I honestly, what did you think about them awarding Amber Heard $2 million in damages, was it? Probably his verbal abuse. I didn't really quite understand all that, but because I'm not really smart when it comes to court stuff and whatever. But what were your thoughts about that? I still feel Johnny won overall. He wasn't even there to hear the verdict. He was already doing some other project he was into. He already had moved on before they told him that, you won. I thought that was pretty telling. Yeah, Amber's in the courtroom. Where's Johnny? Oh, he's already busy doing something. He don't have time for any more of this nonsense. He's out and gone. Moved on. He said what he had to say. He came, he saw, he conquered, and he left. Okay. For the one thing he said. Yeah, because he did, like I said, he did do some verbal abuse. He admitted that. But yes, there are penalties when you abuse somebody, especially according to the law. You have to pay a penalty. And I guess his penalty was the $2 million that she gets awarded. Whatever. I mean, she probably left there pretty much with her tail between her legs, although there's no shame in her game anyway. She thinks she's perfectly justified in everything she does. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right, Grandma Ducky. I really do. But overall, it was a win-win as far as I'm concerned, even though she did get, awarded, maybe justly, that money. He definitely won overall. He proved that, yes, he has addictions and he admits to it and he's getting help for it, apparently. And he was abused by her. And his children apparently didn't even like her. And yet she spun the whole thing to make it look like he was the only abuser in the situation. Yes, I know. I know. I thought he got 13 million. I thought it was 10 million and then the judge added something and then it ended up in 13 million. But regardless, I'm glad. I'm glad he got, you know, I am just glad, even if it wasn't for the millions, um, I'm thankful he got to tell what happened and tell the truth about it, and that he had a voice, and that it was an overwhelming majority vote. I mean, it was so unanimous. She took away another 350,000. What do you mean took it away? I thought she put it towards it. Did I misunderstand that? I could have. Like I said, I'm not very bright when it comes to that stuff. Thank you for the 3 thumbs, by the way. Oh, there's a cap. Okay, gotcha. Well, it was a happy day for me. I was really glad. And Amber didn't look so pompous and full of herself today. She looked all sad and defeated, which she was defeated. She needs to learn to get off her high horse and get some help for whatever her disorder is. Oh, you probably got it right, Grandma Ducky. I probably have it wrong, but nonetheless, it was a win. It was a win for Johnny. And he was the more humble of the two of them. I mean, he admitted he had faults. He admitted that he did wrong. So she just blamed everybody else. I don't know. Did she admit to anything she did wrong? Did I read her final statement? I didn't read it. I heard it. They read it on one of the broadcasts. No, she's not changing. Of course. She needs to get help. She seriously does. Like I said on my community page, I think I said it there. I've said it before anyway. She needs prison time or some type of rehab center and maybe some DBT for her borderline personality disorder. She does not need to be raising a child. She does not need to be in a relationship with anybody. She needs to get help. Serious help. And she doesn't need to be somewhere where she's inflicting any more harm on anybody, that's for sure. Anyway, like I said, she is the poster child for untreated borderline personality disorder. Because from what I could tell, she was diagnosed with it, but is she really getting help for it, Well, yeah, that's also part of narcissistic traits is the power posturing. It's all in who you know. Well, Johnny is this famous person. I'm going to attach myself to him and get a place in his movie. And honestly, I think that's why she got all, as they say, butt hurt when he said something about, you're going to dress like that and act like that. That's why you get that kind of role. I'm not saying he should have said that, not by any stretch, because that was rude and very cutting. And, you shouldn't say stuff like that to people. But I think that's why it bothered her, because she was trying to mirror him. She's trying to attach to him so she could have her fame, based on him, live vicariously through him, but even more so than that. Hi, John Lewis. So yeah, I'm good. How are you doing? So I think that's what was really going on there. I think yeah, gold digger. That's what I'm saying. She wanted the prestige of I'm Johnny Depp's wife, or I'm side by side with him type of thing. And yet, a lot of people said she's not even a good actress. I don't know. I've never seen her in anything. Wouldn't want to. Oh, I know. Nothing was enough. It was just a bottomless pit, which is why I still say I think there's some narcissistic traits there, not just borderline. Because I know narcissists, they're never satisfied. Nothing is ever good enough. They never feel a sense of completion in anything that they do or say. So you just feel like no matter what you give, it's never enough. And I think she had that inner sense that there's always more she needs or wants, you know. So yeah, that was today's little festivities. I thought she said histrionic. I didn't hear her say anything about narcissistic, but maybe Craig, you heard something I didn't hear. If you can like send me a link or something to that, I'd like to hear that. But you're probably right. I probably missed that part. I didn't watch every single, jot and tittle of the trial. I was working in between, so yeah, she took from him because she couldn't achieve it herself. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, oh, trust me, I know, Craig. I have dealt with borderlines. My best friend years ago, 3.5 years of HE double hockey sticks with her borderline personality. And she was diagnosed by a doctor. So it wasn't something I gave her a diagnosis for or she did. No, the doctor diagnosed her as BPD and she acted like a BPD, like a person with BPD. Yeah. Honestly, Kimberly, I was very impressed. I don't know much about Johnny Depp. I've seen a few of his movies, like Edward Scissorhands. I've seen that. I've seen the Alice Through the Looking Glass movie, and I've seen him in some other things too. I never really got into the whole Pirates of the Caribbean thing. Yeah, he loves his children. Yes, I understand what you meant. He loves his children, and he is a very humble man. Yeah, I think he was very triggered by her. There's only so much you can handle, especially with somebody that has BPD, because they are like over the top, emotional, and just basket cases. And they're always threatening suicide and threatening to hurt themselves. And, I love you. I hate you. I need you. No, go away. I don't want you around me. It's like a back and forth thing. And because it goes throughout a day, it's not like over time, it's all in one day that they're flip flopping all over like that. Yeah, exactly, Kimberly. And he definitely did that. I know his kids are proud of him. Yep, exactly, Craig. That is what they do. Yeah, I know, Grandma Ducky. She's like, yeah, little weirdos. And I grew to love those little weirdos though. You're gonna say that on a stand with somebody's trying to sue you for defamation? You're gonna call his kids little weirdos? Oh my gosh. People don't think there's power in words. I'm sure that did not go well for her favor at all. She just, I mean, well, one of the things about borderline personality disorder is it's very impulsive. So you just blurt out whatever and don't think of the consequences. And I clearly saw that with her through that whole trial, just everything she was doing. I hate you, don't leave me. Exactly. It's a good book, by the way. If you haven't read it, it's very interesting. But yeah, she definitely, I don't care what the other so-called therapists said about her not having borderline because Dr. Curry didn't do the double check thing, or was it Dr. Curry saying they didn't? I can't remember. Anyway, I agreed with Dr. Curry largely. I don't know about the histrionic, but there might have been some of that there too. Because yes, Amber was very showy on the stand. Even if it wasn't like flashing her pearls and her diamonds, she was doing this whole that is correct. That's correct. Yes. It's like You didn't see anybody else doing that through the whole trial other than her. So she like stood out, which is what people like her like to do. Oh, I know. And that's ugh. Oh, it was just a joke. Who jokes like that? That's nasty. That is just so nasty. And with COVID and everything, doing that, germs and and just insane the stuff that she did and stuff that she said was you just kind of looked and went, did she seriously just say that? Does she really think that's going to be in her favor? I don't know. This trial was something else to watch. It really was. Oh my gosh. That will definitely go in the history books, I'm pretty sure. Being that they're celebrities and it was all aired, live and played on, videos and memes and everything else repeatedly over and over again. Craziness, I tell you. Anyhow, yeah, what I'm hoping is that seeing a true person with borderline personality disorder on the stand like that and how they act, this will open some eyes of people and possibly change a lot of the way things go in court and legal matters, to realize that this person had a personality disorder that affected her to the point where she was abusive. They should like figure that in on for future cases for sure. Just simply because they actually saw it played out. Oh, that's a good question. Is Johnny Depp still in love with Amber Heard? Um, I don't know if he's in love with her. I think he still cares about her, maybe loves her. I don't know if I would say he's in love with her but then again, he grew up with an abusive mom. And people that grow up in abuse, which I also did, end up gravitating towards people that are familiar. So the abuse he suffered at the in the presence of his mom, the abuse he got from Amber was similar. It's like comfortably uncomfortable. That's what we call that. Yeah, I think he cares about people in general, but I think he probably thought she needed to be taught a lesson. And it was probably really what's the word I'm trying to say? Validating for him, enriching for him, life-giving. There's a word I'm searching for this word. What's it called? Empowering. Empowering for him to finally face that controller in his life and tell exactly what happened without fear of her doing anything to him. Right, yeah, and Lost probably, yeah. But yeah, I think he was empowered by being on the stand and being able to say, this is what she did. And yet he was so genteel about it. He was so kind about it. He was talking about the actions, and I felt he was very respectful even towards his abuser. Gotcha, Grandma Ducky, yeah. Right. Well, I lived with my abuser 23 and a half years. And that's because I had children. And he also kept telling me, you're never going to make it on your own. Who's going to take you and 4 kids or 3 kids at the time? Because Amber wasn't born until we moved out here. Who's going to take you and 3 kids? And I barely can put up with you. What makes you think some other guy's going to want to? You don't have anything to offer anybody. If it wasn't for me, you'd be nowhere and nothing. Hi, Bonnie. Yeah, they kept recording each other. Did he record her too? I didn't know he did. I knew she recorded him, but I wasn't sure if he recorded her as well. But I'm sure they did it for later proof, you know. And yet, she didn't record any of her own, you know, injuries or anything like that, which worked against her in the long run because nobody believes she had any. Oh, okay. Both of them recorded each other. Thank you, Bonnie. I didn't realize. I don't know. I think the judge was really good. That's not a case I would want to be a judge of for sure, or an attorney in. The cutting audio? No. What cutting audio, Grandma Ducky? I totally missed that one. Like I said, I actually was working in between this whole case. I would go to work and I'd turn the trial on and I would put the sound down and then just hit the closed caption so I could kind of catch little bits and pieces of what was said. Oh, yeah, it was ridiculous. So much fighting. Well, and I started thinking about something because Amber had mentioned about how Johnny wasn't there a lot of the time. He is an actor. I'm pretty sure he went on like acting gigs or whatever you want to call it. So, no, he wasn't there a lot. And I think that may be why he did stay with her. He probably thought, just like we do with abusive parents, that, well, I'll go away, I'll go do this movie or whatever I'm doing. And then when I come home, maybe things will calm down. You know, everything will be settled. But unfortunately, somebody with a personality disorder, that's not how that works. You come back, you're coming back for more and probably worse. Because how dare you leave me? You always leave me. You abandon me, you know, and that just triggers a borderline person very badly. Oh, okay. I did hear that one, Grandma Ducky. Thank you. I had forgotten. I think that was like in the beginning. It was very hard to hear. Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, that's probably true, Kimberly. She's like, if you're going to try to catch me, I'm going to try to catch you too. I think I probably would have done the same. Yes, true, Craig. And I think it's sad that our society thinks that it's only men that abuse women and not the other way around. She knew his weaknesses and she acted on that. Yes, she knew the chink in the armor, as they say. And that's where she shot her little poisonous, manipulative arrows. Maybe to her, she was abused. Well, and it's hard to say because somebody with a personality disorder, they don't reason the way a non-disordered person would. So yes, people with BPD often feel like the persecuted ones, even if they're not. And they extremize a lot, very black and white thinking, all or nothing type of thinking. So I think they mentioned something about butting heads or something, like bumping each other's heads. And she just like about had a meltdown over that or something. And it was just, as Johnny said, it was kind of an accident, but everything was extreme to her. And that is definitely how it is when you live with somebody that has BPD or NPD. Everything is a major crisis. I know because there's somebody in my family, and I have friends that have BPD, and that is exactly how they act. Like everything is the end of the world. Yes, that is true, Grandma Ducky. And also, another issue with BPD and also NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, is the projecting. I think that was It was a pure case of projection. The things that she was doing, the way she was behaving, the type of person she was, she tried to make it look like Johnny was that. And I think at some point, as with many people, he probably started believing that he was a bad person. I mean, kind of when he was drunk, which I believe some people when they're drunk, you get the truth out of them for sure. Their inhibitions are lowered, and the part of the brain that's triggered lets them start telling the truth and just blabbing on about things. Some people, and he was talking about how he was a nothing, he was a nobody, he was worthless and useless, and I don't remember all the words he used, but you could almost hear her being the one saying them to him, and then him internalizing it and feeling that way about himself. And when you feel that way and you start believing the lies about nobody would want you, I'm the one that made you who you are, you're nothing without me, you need me, I need you. You start believing that and you stay with the person like that because you start thinking that that's true about yourself, that you're a nobody without them. And she did allude to the fact that Johnny was very powerful and very well liked. And, obviously somebody that's well liked, if there's anything that goes down, people are going to rule in their favor and against the other person. I think she knew that. Exactly, Bonnie, you're right. Exactly. They make the other person feel worthless, and she definitely succeeded in doing that. And I think Johnny was vulnerable anyway from losing his mother. I mean, his mother died, and he was weak. Yes, I could see that too, being jealous of him. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Anyway, y'all, I'm not going to stay on here very long. My eyes are starting to hurt. I stare at papers with names and numbers every day. And I'm going to go and rest my eyes a little while, I think, because I have to work again tomorrow and the next day. But I did want to come on and chat with you a little bit and talk about the trial a bit. I really do appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much. Yeah, I know, Craig. I know. Yeah. All right. Well, if you want to comment any more, please feel free to leave your comments below this video. If you do like my videos or you come in when I'm chatting or whatever and you enjoy it, please hit the like and subscribe if you're not already a member, not a member, but a subscriber here. You can become a member. I do have a membership. There's not much that goes on in there. Eventually, I hope to have members only chats, and I don't know when I will do those. But I will probably schedule one and then let people know who are the members if I can figure out how to do that. Probably need people's email addresses somehow. And so, yeah, we'll have members only chats. And oh, you're welcome, Bonnie. Thank you for coming. Sorry it wasn't longer. My eyes just start bothering me after a while. Part of it is I need to get new glasses. My eyesight is not good right now. So, yeah. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you next time on my next live stream or in the uploads. Bonnie, thank you for coming. I appreciate that. It's your first time. I know there was another Bonnie on here years ago. I didn't know if you might be that Bonnie, but apparently you're not. So welcome, welcome, welcome. My chat is not always about any type of true crime, court cases, whatever. It just happened to be tonight because I've been following this case, and I did say I would periodically from time to time talk about it. So I talked. Anyway, you guys have a good one, and I'll see you soon. Yes, she did. That's true, Craig. She definitely tried to gaslight the courtroom. I know that's what people are saying, Grandma Ducky. Get Elon's money to help you out. All right. Good night, everybody. Be blessed. Shalom.